They don't have to show up in the office. They are our employees. We don't know where they are. And those are the people that our kids will be competing with for work. How do we make sure that we can start preparing our kids for that future?
Sauti ya wanahare, sauti ya wanawanani, sauti ya wanamwabonde, sauti ya sauti, sauti ya sauti. Tuna haki ya kusoma, tuache nasi tusome. Mbona mturinge mimba, mtu wache tukilia. Mmetufanya mitumba, nani wa kutununua. Anaona Muumba makubwa yatawajia. Tuna haki ya kusoma, tuache nasi tusome.
Thank you so much once again. My name is Peter, team leader from Imarika Foundation. If my colleagues are happy for this meeting today, I'm the most happier person because happiest fan kwa sababu this project was initiated a long time ago, about 1 year, but finally we are here today to see everything is taking off ili iweze kujengwa. Kwa hivyo mimi nashukuru sana kwa niaba ya Imarika Foundation for the partners who have come together to make this project done through the funding. And I want to say that it is really very nice because katika Kenya nzima labda mmeona kwamba kuja huku kwetu na kuja kufanya project kama hii, it was very important because we needed this project long time ago, but tulikuwa tujapata wale funders. So through Serianu, William and the rest, for them identifying Imarika Foundation as a partner, and at last we were able to have this project on with Rotary International. I want to say thank you so much. Kwa wakati wa sasa ambapo tunaanza kufanya, I'm sure it will be an eye opener in this area. And as William has put it, Imarika Foundation serves the larger Kilifi County and is so wide. We have other places like Kaloleni, Bamba and Kilifi Central for that matter. So if this one takes off na imeonekana imefaulu vizuri, we still urge you people to still contribute and have another one built somewhere else within Kilifi so that we can be able to serve the people, the communities around that place. Otherwise, mine is to say that thank you so much for your coming, and I look forward to see this project being fulfilled by the time that you have promised, before end of December. Everything should be ready for us to be able to occupy, and so that the learners here can be able to benefit from this project. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
My name is Miriam. I'm the Operations Manager, Computer for Schools Kenya, and we are glad to be part of this project. We have worked with the former president, Rotary Club of Langata, to set up 2 computer labs, one in Kikuyu and another one in a school near Nanyuki. In Computer for Schools Kenya, as the name suggests, for Schools Kenya, we cover the whole country and we give a total solution. When I say total solution, I mean once these computers are in schools, we make sure they have the needed softwares as per the NEC curriculum and also learning of the students in the schools. We also have content, both CBC and 844, that is as per the curriculum. And we give the digital literacy part, the DLP. The 2 schools we've set, in the schools, the teachers are able to interact with the computers, and also the students are able to interact with the computers online, something we call classroom management system. And I'm sure once this computer lab is set, the teachers will be taken through the program and the students will be able to freely interact with the computers during their lessons in different subjects. So thank you very much, and we are honored to be part of this program. Thank you.
Naitwa Gilbert Kingi, nikiwa mwenyekiti wa BOM Kibaoni. Moyo wangu na furaha kwa sababu ya kupokea mradi huu. Ni siku nyingi zilizopita hata tulikuwa tunajiuliza, tuliahidiwa na mradi umepotea hewani. Kumbe wakati wa Mungu ulikuwa bado. Wacha nishukuru, kwanza nimshukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya kutuleta pamoja, na namshukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya shirika hili kuleta mradi huu hapa Kibaoni. Nina imani ya kwamba mradi huu utainua kiwango cha elimu ya watoto wetu katika maeneo haya ya Magarini, kwa sababu upande huu wa Coast huenda ikawa ndio shule ya kipekee imetunukiwa huu mradi. So ninashukuru sana sana sana, na ni ombi langu kwamba Mungu atawajazia mahali pale ambapo mmepungukiwa, na Mungu atazidi kuwaongezea maarifa ili Kenya yetu ifike mahali. Katika shule hii tunao wanafunzi wengi ambao mradi huu utawasaidia, na nina matumaini ya kwamba mradi huu utafikisha kiwango cha juu cha elimu cha watoto wetu, na ni ombi langu kwamba mradi huu vile ambavyo tumeupokea tutautunza na tutauweka kuwa sawa. Mwisho, katika shule hii kunayo mapungufu. Mtakaporudi huko, hata mkiokota hata darasa moja, tutakuwa tayari na furaha kubwa kupokea hilo darasa, kwa sababu tuna upungufu wa madarasa, tuna upungufu hata wa vyoo. Watoto ni wengi na vyoo ambavyo tunavitumia hapa ni vichache. Ni ombi langu kwamba Mungu atawasaidia na Mungu atawabariki, na mradi huu utakapokuwa unaendelea, kile kitakachopatikana, hata kama ni darasa, hata kama ni choo moja, mimi kwangu nitatoa shukurani.
Mambo, jina langu ni Eric Musigadi. Mimi nimekuwa assistant governor wa Rotary hapa kwa Pwani, na kwa sasa mimi ndio president wa Rotary Club of Malindi. And first I wanted to say thank you for this team which is here. When I was first approached to come and give a report on the class, I was very surprised that somebody is calling me from all the way kuniambia ati kuna shule inaitwa Kibaoni. By the way, if I give a brief history, that day I came and I passed mpaka nikafika Urara natafuta Kibaoni, ndio nikarudishwa tena, nikarudi mpaka huko, nikaja nikapita, nikarudi tena, ndio nikakuja kuambia unaingilia na hapo. So to me it was something that I will have a history to say about this project. And I want to say thank you very much for whoever thought of this school, whoever thought that this is a good place to come and implement something like this. I know this place is very, very far from where the schools which have got computers are. And I'm sure it will benefit the teachers and the schools, the pupils in this area. So thank you very much. I don't want to say more than that, but vile mmesikia maombi, naomba mkienda msikie hiyo maombi mjibu. Sisi kama Rotary Club of Malindi tutajaribu. Nitaangalia, niko na one of my Rotarian here ambaye ni contractor. Niko na wengine ambao wanauza material ya kujenga. Nitazungumza nao tuangalie kama tunaweza kujenga hiyo toilet moja. Asante.
So, by the way, he's my senior. I'm not, as much as I am the guest of honor today, in fact I would say past assistant governor. In Rotary we have a very big structure. It starts with the Rotary president, who is all the way in the US, a lady for the first time ever, all the way. So he's actually my senior. I should start with introducing my past age. Eric, Peter, next, nice to see you. Kingi, thank you for having us. Headmaster, thank you for having us here. Of course, Serianu, our partners who've worked with us all the way. It's good to be here. And all the teachers, for the good work you're doing. We're just here to support you in whichever way we can. Because our work is to see how we are out there. We are out there as your products. And when we go out there in the world, we realize that the world is changing around us in many, many ways. So when COVID hit 2 years ago, and I was becoming the president of the Rotary Club of Langata, the one thing we asked ourselves is, we've been doing projects for schools. What can we start doing that will change the schools that we work with? And that's how the digital literacy project came along. And I was very happy to say that when we started, we found a lot of enthusiasm in the communities. We've already done 2 projects in Nairobi, one at a school called Kingero Primary School. It's a lab. You'll see, when we are done, you'll see what kind of labs that we are building across. And we are continuously improving on them. So DLP for us is just not about giving you computers. For us, DLP tunataka tulete computers, tufundishe walimu how to use those computers, we work with you to come with a timetable for the school so that you know how to then use those computers in your day-to-day. CBC inahitaji computers. Na sijui hata si mnafanyaje CBC, mnafanyaje CBC right now without computers. How do you do without computers? Simu. Yeah, so we want to make sure that we bring computers here. Ndio CBC mfundishe the way it's supposed to be. I know CBC sijui ka itatupwa. Unaonaje? Haitupu iko? Okay, so that's good to hear, because really CBC requires computers. Now, without computers, I don't see how we will be able to teach CBC successfully. And that's why we're also helping in that effort. Last week, I think there was a meeting we had with the Ministry of Education to see how the Ministry of Education can start using partners. And they recognized what we're trying to do as a big contributor to CBC, and just, let me say, pushing out of education to wider communities. What we want to do here, and the reason why we are actually proud to be doing this in Kibaoni, is because we are looking for communities that are far away from, town centers. Most of this, if you look at Nairobi, some of those schools, the kids have computers at home, some of them, or some of those schools have some kind of computers. In the rural areas, with our power problems, with our food and other challenges that we have as a community, we don't spend as much time on computers. And therefore, as a community, as Rotary, it's about now making sure that we can also give the kids in the community the chance to learn how to work like anyone else would anywhere in the world. The way we do our DLP project, we bring in partners. We do recognize that as a Rotary Club, we're just volunteers. And we are about 1.3 million volunteers across the world with about 35,000 clubs. Langata is just one of those clubs in Nairobi. Malindi is one of the clubs. In fact, I don't know how many clubs are in Malindi, Rotary clubs, just one. Yeah, na Malindi kuna one club, yeah, Rotary Club of Malindi, but Nairobi kuna kadhaa, karibu 10 ama 15. And all of them, we are all about service to the communities we live in. We raise money and we create impact in the communities. You give us 100 shillings, what ends up in the project is 200 shillings. Yeah, you give us 1 shilling, we add to it, we take to the community. So on this project, we got about some money from Imarika. We got some money from Serianu. We've added to it, and we're now putting a lab here. Okay, and we also managed to do the same thing. We're putting another lab somewhere else. So we were able to get funding for 2 labs in addition to the funding we got here. So that's how we've been able to do community. But what we are adding is actually more than that money. Okay, the money to ukiona Timothy hapo hivyo na am I forgetting it? Okay? Na Alosa, okay? Their transport to here, no one paid. They paid for themselves. They meet every day for 2 hours, just making sure that we do the contracting, we do the RFPs. Everything is very structured. All that time, it's the contribution we add in. If we were to get somebody else to do that job, you'd be paying them a lot of money per month. But that's something they do for free because we love what we do as volunteers. So Rotarians, you give them a shilling, they'll give you 2 shillings because we add our time, we add our money, we add our vocation, we add our networks to ensure that we can be able to do that good job in the community. So when we are working with you as a school, we ask very little of you. We ask that you maintain what we are doing. We ask that you bring in the alumni, look for them, tell them we need to make this project sustainable. And I'm sure out of this school, there are a lot of alumni who've gone out to do other things out there. If you told them there's something going on here, they'll see how they can contribute. Maintaining that lab will require that you pay for electricity, will require that you pay for the maintenance of those machines. It will require that you may pay for the internet. It will require that you pay for the additional trainings that you need to go. Those are things that we would like you to be able to pick up. And you can only do that by making sure that you bring in even those who've been through this school, the parents' organization, the alumni. Create an organization around it and tell the community how it will benefit them so that the community can also help. So we help so that you can also get a way of helping us to get this thing done. So Asanteni, mine was not to give a very good long speech. The long speech will be on the 26th of November. That's when the main launch will be. We are a club of 141 members in Nairobi. We are the largest club in this district. Our district is made up of Kenya, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Eritrea. Rotary Club of Langata, I'm sure when we'll be doing the launch, we'll have minimum of 40-50 people coming here. And I'm sure we'll also get an equal support from RC Malindi. So expect to have not less than 70-80 Rotarians on that day. We'll be doing a lot more than just launching the lab. We do mentorship. We also want to meet the parents. If it was raining, we would also have wanted to plant some trees. So there's a lot of other things that we do as part of that launch date. But Timothy and Sam will be in communication to make sure that we make those arrangements and make it happen. So tafadhali, let's all plan for that 26th. Let's make sure that we hold here in big numbers. Let's make sure that we can support this project and make it success. Okay? Yeah, I think that is basically it. Asanteni sana. So I think today was just to break ground, to kazi yanze. The main day tutakuja kusherehekea is the 26th, and I look forward to having all of you here and the community with us. Asanteni.
It is very true that God's time is the best. Because whenever I've been having meetings with my BOM members, they were frequently reminding me, now how far is this project? But Bwana Chairman, we are realizing the truth today. So we are very much delighted. Allow me to give a brief history of the school. The school began in 2009 with an enrollment of 162 learners and went on till 2010. That is when the first TAC teacher was posted here, and coincidentally it happens to be me. Yeah, so 2010 I came here, but a year later I was transferred to another school. Another teacher was brought, so it continued till 2019 when I was brought back here as the head teacher. So currently the school has got an enrollment of 995, 499 boys, 496 girls. So the ratio of boy to girl is almost 1:1. So according to what the chair said regarding the issue of the toilets, according to the policy of the ministry, is 40 boys to use one door and 25 girls to use one door. So currently we are for the 499 boys, we are using 4 doors. So we're having a deficit of around 10. For the girls, we are supposed to be having around 20 doors. We are having only 2, unfortunately. So sometimes it becomes very, very hurting during break times. You find learners queuing. Some of them dancing because they are pressed so much. So, okay, with that, maybe you are here, you will consider. So, us receiving this project has been a motivating thing to the community generally. Because when we are giving the classroom for you to come put the lab, we first talked to the committee, we engaged the whole community, the parents, and they agreed to give that. So the parents are accepting the project fully. They're happy for having the stakeholders coming to do the project here. On the side of curriculum implementation, when the lab is done, I think our work teachers will have been eased, because in every lesson nowadays, according to the CBC, in every lesson there should be ICT integration. Sometimes it becomes very difficult for a teacher to conduct his or her lesson well, because you might be using data bundles at a time before the lesson ends. Data bundles mean you don't have money in the pocket. Now what do? You just talk to the learners without them seeing. Number two, another very crucial thing. If you look at the age of my team, the band is very close. They are not very much old. So they didn't learn music in primary colleges. They didn't learn art and craft. What we do is we rely on the internet. We know where to go, find what to teach in class. So coming up of this lab will help the school very much. And I want to assure you that this coming up of this lab will improve the performance of this school. That one I can assure you. Because though our trajectory of performance increment has been okay, because 2019 we had a mean score of 240, that is 2020 we had a mean score of 268, 2021 we had a mean score of 282.44. So we are moving up. So coming up with the lab will really boost the morale of both the students and the learners to ensure that we fast track our work as teachers in classes and also increase performance of the learners in the school, which will then go back to the community, because they will be very happy if their learners are performing. You'll even have avoided some quarrels with the parents, because if the school is performing, much questions are asked. There are not many questions asked on issues of maybe administration and all that. So we are very happy for all the stakeholders, and we are longing to see 26th of November so that we launch this thing in a big way. We shall bring all the parents here and all the stakeholders who are also like the alumni you were talking about, Bwana President. We shall bring them here on 26th so that we can also, they can see how colorful that exercise is. And may I urge the BOM chair who doubles up to be a pastor, pray for that day, Bwana Chair, and also pray for the contractors as they are implementing their work, things move smoothly. Tusiwe na issue ya yule amejigonga nyundo, all that. So I'm very much happy and thank you very much. May God bless you all.
Allow me to thank you all for giving us this opportunity. We don't want to take so much of your time on a weekend. We'll have a long day on 26th.
Nyote mlio wakuu, shairi hili ni lenu. Keti chini mkabu, mnipe sikio lenu. Niwape ujumbe huu, gande vichwani mwenu. Tuna haki ya kusoma, tuaje nasi tusome.